Back on Sportsbook, Pauly and Teddy, time for Big Game Breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Monday Night Football. The Bills hit the road to take on the Seahawks. Seattle 7-44 the total. Night game, place more alcohol, plenty of time to tailgate. Probably the best home field advantage in all of sports. Pete Carroll, 24-9 ATS in all whole games with the line in single digits, Teddy. A lot to talk about here. Let's start with the Seattle defense.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks defense, they've been without Michael Bennett. They've been without Kim Chancellor. A couple of games in a row without Chancellor. So adjustments have been made. But even without those two Pro Bowl caliber players, Seattle's defense the last 2 weeks has been unbelievable. I mean, really unbelievable. On the field for 45 minutes against Arizona. And then the Saints played ball control last week. And even with all of that, Seahawks allowed 2 touchdowns, and one of them came after a turnover in their own territory. So it's been an impressive defensive run for the Seahawks. So we have to wonder if that defense a little bit gassed after playing those consecutive grueling games.
Yeah, that's Cam. Bills, can they hang? They can make the stops, but what can they do with the defense against the Seattle offense? The running back O-line, one of the league's worst. Yards per rush, Seattle's 30th. And it's tougher for Wilson. He's not even close to 100%. He hasn't been able to run. Carroll's quote on Wilson, it feels like he's limited. He would tell you it's cumbersome. It's a cumbersome feeling. He still has ankles tape. But just like wearing a knee brace, you feel like you're carrying a lot of extra weight. It's not that heavy, but it feels cumbersome, and there's a sense of that. There are some elements that are different in the run game this year than last year at this time, and part of it is we have not allowed Russell to take off and run very much. He's been very, very effective for us over the years, so we had to take care of him. That's part of the reason we haven't been doing that, end quote, and it goes on. But that's an excellent point, because he would want to run. He can't run, but if he doesn't, he gets hurt. Their season's over.
Well, I mean, right now, the way this offense is playing, their season's over anyway. The defense has played out of their minds the last 2 weeks, and Seattle wasn't able to win either game, which tells us that this offense is clearly problematic right now. They can't run the football. The offensive line can't protect Wilson, and Wilson can't scramble this year. You know, he's all banged up. Cumbersome is a word that Pete Carroll used about 6 times in that quote. Those are problems for Seattle. This is a team that when the offense is working, man, it's a beautiful thing to watch. They have a power running game. Wilson out to the side. He has a lot of, run-pass options. And then the downfield passing threats. But when 2 of those 3 aspects aren't working, it's a problem. And all they have right now is a downfield passing game behind an offensive line that hasn't been able to protect Wilson. But let's not forget, for all the success that the Bills have had this year, this 500 season that Buffalo's in the midst of, they've got padded stats too. They closing touchdowns in each of the last 2 games, with Tyrod Taylor making plays during garbage time. They had 66 yards against the Patriots, scored with 14 seconds left. 75-yard drive versus the Dolphins, scored with 30 seconds left. What does that tell us? It tells us 2 things. 1, that Buffalo's a danger to come through the back door here. And 2, is that this is a team that will fight for the full 60 minutes. They've done it each of the last 2 weeks in losing efforts, although it is worth noting both of those were divisional games. This one, a long, long way away from home in a very hostile environment.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.